just a video about how I came to write my book, The Story of Jason Griffin. It's a hefty book, but yeah. So if you're an aspiring writer and you don't know where to start in terms of like learning basic punctuation and grammar, or how to reach out to publishers and stuff, or even just how to write your novel in the first place, I have a few like good books that have been useful to me and would be useful to anyone else. And so yeah, this is one of them. It is called Writing a Novel and Getting Published for Dummies. That's not to say you're a dummy, but you know, I chose this book because I have a bit of kind of maybe autism or like learning difficulties. I didn't think this at the time, but I just thought, oh, I need something simple. I need something that's written in an easy way, so that I can actually process it, so it doesn't seem overwhelming. Because just the thought of being a writer was quite overwhelming. It wasn't my natural go-to thing. I saw myself as more of an artist. So I was more into films and art, and I wanted to become an animator, actually, around the same time that I had this story idea, which became The Story of Jason Griffin. And it started out as just a simple first chapter of a creative writing project in high school. I just wanted to get ahead. Because I didn't do very well the previous year, and I wanted to do better. I wanted to improve my skill set and get a better grade. So I just so happened to come up with 3 story ideas, one of them being The Story of Jason Griffin, an early version. And within a few weeks of creating these 3 story ideas, coincidentally, my English teacher announced that she was going to set a creative writing project. And I was like, oh, excellent timing. And I really put my all into it. And I was well prepared compared to the year before. I ended up getting, I think, an A star, perhaps. It was either an A or an A star. I definitely did quite well because it also inspired some other kids in my class to step up and everything. So, and I even had my work read to the class. So, but yeah, halfway through doing that creative writing project, I just thought I loved the character so much, and my imagination went wild, and I thought, if I do this right, if I really knuckle down and learn proper punctuation and grammar, and treat it like a lifelong project, I could do it. And it excited me so much. And since then, when did I do this? It was I was 13 and a half. So it was around 2004-ish. It was definitely around March or April time in 2004. So let me take you backwards in time a little bit to March and April 2004. And yeah, that holiday I was on my dad's boat, and I just started researching and making notes of all these things that I wanted to incorporate into a fantasy. I didn't really want to start writing it for real until I took in all this extra stuff. So yeah, I've got so many notes like in boxes somewhere. I could probably make another video of this. But yeah, I wasn't very confident in writing, so I just when I went to college after I left high school, I just invested in some books. I got my dad to buy me this book, which is Improve Your Punctuation and Grammar. Very useful. The one thing that I was always curious about were semicolons, and I literally got my English tutor to do a whole class on semicolons. Well, all I did was ask her, like, how do you use semicolons? Because there's like no teacher before had ever sat us down and said, like, this is how you use semicolons. And it's like, that would be really useful if we could actually be taught how to do all the punctuation and grammar and stuff. But obviously teachers had to follow a particular curriculum and they couldn't just like deviate. But she actually took the time to do a whole like lesson on semicolons, and I really appreciated that. As a result, I have become like the semicolon queen. I do love my semicolons. I still have a little bit of a I still find the normal colon a bit complex, but by using this book, and also the Collins Improve Your Punctuation book, I was able to suss out like the different creative ways you can use semicolons and colons and all that. And also I just basically researched loads of other books. Like I read up on a lot of Harry Potter. I got into the Percy Jackson series. I basically went from being a real film buff to all of a sudden in my late teens being obsessed with books, all because of this like challenge I'd set myself to write this series.